snap away. Brady throws. It's complete. Gronkowski into the end zone for a Bucs touchdown.
What's up, everyone? It's your commish here, bringing you a Week 13 matchup, a very important one here between Lance and Jerry. So this one was a big matchup coming in for Jerry because had he won, he would have locked up a playoff spot. So a big spot for him, but he fell flat. He just couldn't take advantage of the opportunity, Jerry. But Lance definitely had something to do with that. Came close to scoring 140 to pretty much play spoiler here for you this week. I know you were making your disdain very well known. Like, who traded Lance all these great players to beat me this week? So rough go there, man. Like I said, if you had won, you would have clinched playoffs by now. So now you are in a play-in scenario. You could still get in if you lose, but it's definitely a lot better if you win. Put yourself more at ease. But let's see how this matchup unfolded here. Timmy Brady, 36.62 points, had 368 yards, 4 TDs, and a pick. That he was lighting up the Atlanta Falcons defense all day. He had a very bad pick 6 before the half, where like the D tackle just like kind of slipped out on a running back screen, just caught it one-handed and went like 5 yards to the house. But it was, other than that, he was flawless. Matt Stafford had 30 points for you, Jerry. Had 295, 3 touchdowns. Also had a carry for 2 yards, so he was fantastic as well. Beating up on the terrible Jacksonville Jaguar defense definitely is the best remedy to make a team feel better. And the Rams definitely needed a win, so they got an easy one there. Antonio Gibson, fresh you traded for Antonio Gibson. Like Lance just was loading up here to play spoiler here with all these good players. Had 23 carries, 88 yards, also had 5 receptions, 23 yards, and a touchdown. So he's looking like he's getting healthier as the season has gone on. He had that shin issue I read about early on in the season, but looks like he's playing through it pretty well. So that's pretty good there for you, Lance. Damian Harris had 17.1 points, 10 carries, 111 yards, and a touchdown. He's the clear number one there in New England. He shares the backfield sometimes with Ramondre Stevenson and J.J. Taylor and whoever else I can think of. There's a Brandon Bolden. A lot of running backs in New England, but Damian Harris is the clear number one. Let's see how we got Jamal Williams stepping in for the injured DeAndre Swift. I think you paid up pretty well in the waiver wire to pick him up, Lance, just to make sure you had your boy Swift covered here with Williams. Got you 17 carries, 71 yards. Also had a catch for 9 yards, so decent day. I think you're hoping for more, but you didn't need it. But 8.5 is pretty solid. And then James Conner, 18.1 points, had 20 carries, 75 yards, also had 2 receptions for 36 yards and a touchdown. So James Conner definitely eating. Yeah, I think he's got to be up there, leading the league in touchdowns overall. I think he might be behind like Cooper Kupp or something like that, but I think other than that, he's the touchdown leader on the season. Let's see, Mike Evans had 7 receptions for 99 yards, didn't get into the end zone, but very solid day for him. Tyreek Hill, very down game, 2 receptions, 22 yards. That whole Chief offense has really been off for the majority of the season. But Tyreek can go off at any point, as he's shown many times in the past. So hopefully he'll help you this coming week here, Jerry, and propel you to the playoffs with some big, three touchdown, 200-yard receiving game, which is what he's done like once or twice every season. So T. Higgins, 24.3 points, traded for him from me. Of course, he goes off after I trade him away, right? 9 receptions, 138 yards, and a touchdown. Excellent day for him. Keenan Allen, who now falls on the COVID list, which is very surprising, but something for you to watch for here this coming week, Jerry. Still had 19.9 points there up in Cincinnati. Had 2 touchdowns, so a very nice day. He was the red zone guy for Justin Herbert for sure. Dalton Schultz, 6.8 points, caught all 5 of his targets for 43 yards. Zach Ertz had a very bad game. I think he got hurt in the game, so which explains why he only had 2 targets, 10 yards. So hopefully he's good to go for you here, Jerry. A lot of tight ends are beat up. Mine's beat up. Steve's is beat up. Yours is beat up. No one's having very healthy tight end situations going into the playoffs. At least a lot of us aren't. Mike Williams, another player who's on the COVID list. So these Charger receivers, man, they're getting exposed somewhere to the coronavirus. 5 receptions, 110 yards. Had a monster day though. This is probably his first big game in a while since early in the season. So hopefully Williams, for you Lance, can continue eating. Brandon Ayuk had 3 receptions, 55 yards. I think you're hoping for more, Jerry, especially when there was no Debo Samuel, but George Kittle completely dominated all the touches. He was going nuts. Speaking of a guy I traded away who goes off after I trade him, George Kittle went crazy, so it didn't really leave much left for Brandon Ayuk to do much. Ryan Suckup 6 points, and McPherson had 4. So very average days from the kicker spots. And finally, the Cardinal defense had a very, very good day, 11 points, while the Miami D produced 9. So, like I said, Jerry, is a big week for you here. If you play, you're in. If you win, you're in, I should say. I think if you lose, you could still win, but there's still some scenarios behind that. So I think you just want to make it easy and just win. And also, Lance, you're kind of just playing spoiler here, right? You're just kind of hoping that you can just ruin people's days, like you ruined Jerry's this past week. But that's the point. I love that, and I love the competitiveness. Stay competitive. Bring that into the consolation bracket. Avoid the toilet bowl at all costs for sure, and you can still get the 1 overall pick if that's what you want, right? If it makes sense for your roster. If you're looking to keep someone the first round, they may not mean as much. But if you're not looking to keep someone first round, you definitely want that first overall pick. So, but good luck to you, man. And Jerry, good luck this week. You're in tie with me and Steve for 7-6. With Brian and Sarah on our heels. So good luck to you, man.